Okay, so Puzzle is this is the type of romance that it could have been a comedy because it involves putting puzzles together and it tries to find romance amid this quiet little activity, and there's even a puzzle competition. So you thought, oh, this would have been perfect for a romantic comedy of sorts, but no, it's actually a pretty profound romantic drama. Agnes, played by Kelly Macdonald, is kind of this wife who doesn't really have much of a purpose that she finds. She's a homemaker. She has two boys. She tries to do the best for her husband, who works kind of a blue collar job. But she's struggling to kind of find herself. She doesn't quite know which direction she wants to go in. There's a really great moment where after a party, she's just kind of like eating cake alone during the day, and just kind of like just contemplating and thinking, trying to think about where to go in her life. And a good activity for doing that is puzzles. So she starts taking an interest in puzzles, and she becomes so obsessed with them that she starts kind of like shirking a few more household chores just to do a little bit more because it's a hobby. It's an interesting hobby. But she decides to take it to the next level where when she goes to New York and she finds a puzzle shop there. Now while she's there, she finds she wants some challenging puzzles. She wants stuff that are like 1,000 pieces. And while she's getting that there, she finds there's an ad there for someone who's looking for a puzzle champion. Someone who's really good at puzzles. She's like, oh, well, that's right up my alley. And so she finds Irfan Khan there, who plays this kind of like puzzle champion who's seeking a partner during this upcoming puzzle championship to see who can assemble a puzzle the fastest without, with just their skill of putting stuff together. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but they take it just seriously enough to where you kind of root for them. And of course, they meet each other, they start connecting more, they have a little bit more in common, and they start forming a little bit of a romantic affair. Now, the film it could have just been one dimensional with this, where it's just if Irfan Khan is just this dreamy guy who she wants to run away with immediately. But the thing is, her family is actually has a little bit more dimension to them. Like her blue collar husband is trying to be a nice guy. Like he obviously he's a little bit oblivious to what his wife is doing. She lies to him quite a bit, and he's frustrated that he doesn't quite have the life that he wants. At the same time, her kids are a much different story. Like one of her kids is a little bit too cocky about how good he is, and the other kid is just struggling because like dad wants him to work at the auto shop, and that's not what he wants to do. He wants to do cooking, but he feels like, well, there's no place for that in the family. There's no place, and so like Agnes, not only she comes to like love doing puzzles more, and she meets with Irfan Khan more, but she also kind of grows a backbone. And just says like, you can't treat me like that. I'm sick of this because she starts the movie off pretty meek, deciding to just kind of like go with the flow and just maybe have her little quiet moments. And now she's not quiet anymore. She's a little bit more vocal and stating like what she wants out of life. And it's interesting that the path this film takes, which I don't want to spoil too much because it grows on you. And what could have been just a ridiculous film about a puzzle competition, it could have turned into like dodgeball or something like that. It actually weaves a pretty competent romantic drama around it. That actually has a lot of depth and a lot of great scenes. There's some pretty damn good dialogue that Kelly Macdonald has to say here. That and Khan too. They do really have pretty good chemistry here, even when they're just kind of just quietly sitting around just putting a puzzle together. And it's actually it's very involving, for an activity that's usually considered quite silent and boring and doesn't really look like it'd be the best to film. They find out what makes puzzles so great is just you have that quiet sense of putting stuff together where your mind can wander and try to figure out where you want to go next in your life. And finally, I got to mention this. They do have the most genius bit of marketing here. They actually had a 200-piece puzzle they made of the movie poster. So that obvious tie in there. I mean, obviously, it's probably not going to... I'm not even sure where they would sell this, though. Probably at a puzzle shop. It might be good advertisement to, get the puzzle crowd in there. So if you're looking for a nice romantic drama that appeals to the puzzle lover in you, if there is that crowd, which there might be, maybe at some game stores, this is actually a pretty damn good film. I actually really dug it. And this is a cute little puzzle too. I haven't actually opened it yet. Should I? Should I open it? Actually, I'll open it up here. Take a little peek inside here. Let me see. Let me see if I can get the thing open here. It's a little crushed here. Let's see. Can you tell I'm terrible at unboxing videos? Can you tell? I'll bet you didn't know that. Oh god, I'm smushing the thing here. Here, we're gonna get some keys out here. So now this review has turned into an unboxing video. Oh goodness. Okay. So there we go. Got it unwrapped here. And oh wow, they usually puzzle pieces are in a bag, but they're not here. They're actually like puzzle pieces all over. Well, I guess that makes sense for more packaging and stuff like that. So okay. So there you go. There's a like a wonderful review of Puzzle, which I'm going to give I think about 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really dug the film, and an unboxing of the puzzle movie Puzzle. So there you go. Every now and then I get some wonderful little tie-in stuff like that with films. So, and I love it with like indie films too, because they're very specific about what they want to promote with it. You know, puzzle, obviously a puzzle. So who knows what we'll see next. Okay, so next up, our third and final